Hey everyone, I'm Nito King, and it's time to get back to our final quest for this chapter. We could repeat the Starving Bather quest, but no. No, 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 no. Looks like just old quests, unfortunately. But the final quest, Holy Night Visitor, is unlocked now. Yeah, I've done the ephemeral tree nut thing. So it's time for the free DLC quest. You can download this one without having to pay a cent, and it's fun and so worth it. So here begins the Christmas-themed quest. After some more dialogue. And there it goes. No joke, a folk shaped like a Christmas present. Well, there's Yarthkins anyway. Although, I have to admit, I'm not actually using it properly at the moment. So once again, I have to change away from the palette they forced on me to some more useful folks. Ballydead, of course, is still quite useful. And I see pukas. I need to kill pukas with Boggart. If there are 15 of them here, then I might save myself a trip to the fairy realm. And I'm starting to see the advantages of using Boggart in the middle of a crowd, because it redirects to other targets nicely, and with that many folks that close, the really short range of those middle two attacks doesn't seem to matter all that much. And I have to admit, Boggart is making pretty short work of most of these enemies. I'm not even bothering to count kills, by the way. Either I get the karma or I don't. And the Trent is stunned. I should probably, at the very least, try to capture it before it recovers. Or just kill it with Langalan. Don't expect I'll be using that too much during this quest, but you'll get to see it in action before long. There were only 10 pukas. There might be more up ahead, though. I mean, that fairy did say the box was running around spitting out folks. So we're just gonna get a variety of folks from all different areas. Of course, I want to go for the Lujag before I kill all the Berlachen, just because it can probably summon more. Langalan is an interesting non-elemental area effect. Right now it's got a really small area, but building up its final karma will significantly increase that. There's Lujag, and he just runs right past me. And here, with the intention of defeating Lujag before any of the Berlachen, I managed to defeat all of them before I can catch up to it. And it just keeps jumping backwards. I think he's mistaking himself for a Boggart, but that's fine because I don't have to get close in order to kill him. You decide to keep your distance, I'm just going to shoot at you, and I have no idea why that shot hit the Auguski. Takes a lot of shooting, but eventually I get the job done. And Bullseye is, of course, the folk of choice for fighting Auguski, in my opinion. Since those shields they make prevent me from approaching the melee range, but they don't actually stop attacks. It's been a while since I fought these guys. I haven't been back to the Undersea Cities, Keats, for... seems like forever. But I think we're making good progress. Next up, a couple of Gidyarg. I think they're only vulnerable to destroy. Unfortunately, I've got quite a good destroy element folk right on me. Please target the folk that's right next to me, instead of the ones that are way over the far side of the bridge. And noticed how low my health was getting. I thought I was making good progress, but I may start to have problems keeping myself alive at this rate. I don't know why I even bother to use melee folks when Bullseye is just that effective. And of course, the Spriggan waits until there's an item there to move into my path and block me from getting it. Okay, this calls for slash damage. And regrettably, I've only got one folk that's capable of dealing slash damage while keeping me out of Spriggan's attack range. Well, I have been saying I need to give it more of a chance and use it against folks that actually are weak to the slash element. So show me what you can do, Bather. Still can't sneak past it. Okay, I know I can't hold it against Bather when the shield is still up, but it looked like it was dropping. You know, the rocks keep falling down, but it's still shielded. And I really don't know why it just ran away into this big open space. Unless it wanted me to kill these other two boggarts first. Like, it sensed it wasn't doing too well, so it ran for reinforcements. I couldn't tell whether that took more hits than any of the other slash elements or not, but it really seemed to take way too long. Then again, it keeps me at a distance. Long fights aren't quite so bad when I'm not actually in any danger. And for once I can get the green quartz because the quest isn't over. I've still got a couple rooms left. I mean, I'm assuming I'm going to have to go all the way to the end to catch up with this thing. So they ramp up the challenge a bit more in this room and throw an agar-agar at me. Which means that if I'm not careful where I attack, I could be fighting multiple agar-agars. Not fun. So I think I want to switch to some more effective, non-Bather, easier to target a single enemy with. And pretty much just keep circling the room and killing whatever is not so close to the agar-agar that I'm likely to hit it. I guess the alternative is pulling out an ice element folk and just making sure the agar-agar is frozen before I attempt to do anything to it. But you can't really fight with fire that way because that'll just thaw it. Maybe if I use something like Gjarg, I can target the Patriot effectively enough. Nope, still too close. I'm not gonna get these last couple of folks this way. And here, I'm very grateful to the Patriot for having its shield up. But I make an interesting discovery. It looks like if you hit agar-agar with fire, it doesn't split, and in fact it actually takes some damage. I'd have to play around with it to see if I can actually kill it with a fire attack. But not splitting at this point is sufficient for my purposes. Now I can just freeze it and hit it with all the destroy element attacks I've got until I can capture it. And fortunately, Gjarg is quite strong, and it doesn't take me very long to get to this point. Just a little more. I'm not too bad at the balance captures either, I have to say. The question is, after an agar-agar surrounded by other folks, what are they going to throw at me next? Okay, I didn't mean to phrase the question quite that way. But yes, a Barghest threw itself at me. And there are also Kalmias floating around the room, a couple of Bugaboos. It occurs to me that I probably should have stayed near the other side of the room and just let the Bugaboos sleep. thought for some reason that Calmia's red id was out and it was just still flying. I guess that wasn't the case. But I don't think fire is the element of choice if you actually want to kill the bugaboos, and I certainly don't want to attempt to capture them in this group. And for more, of course, not at all effective on the Barghest. Everything effective on me, and going to kill me any second. I think that actually might have killed me, but it knocked me right into the life drop that I was going for. So, anything that I can use to get some distance from these guys. And miss completely. But I really appreciate Durandal's spread here, because this way I can take out the bugaboos quite safely with an attack that is effective. And recover some health, which is very appreciated at this point. Especially if I'm not even going to bother to dodge. I'm not sure that I want to do too much damage to the Barghest at this point. So, Destroy Element is fine. I can hit the Calmias out of the air. Try to kill all of them before I end up dead here. Let it be said, even though this quest is free, it's not easy. And I'm not getting pinned by the Barghest, thank you very much. Just dart in there, grab the life drop before he attacks again. Why are they all dropping their life drops right in Barghest's attack range? I'm pretty sure I still made a profit on that exchange. There was something that I needed to kill a Barghest with. Some fire element folk. What was it? Oh. Didn't even notice I could do Mandragora's final karma. It's Fomor with Fomor. There we go. Defeat Barghest with Durandal. That I can do. Now again, it doesn't save me the trip to the Fairy Realm because I still need 5 Pukas. But close enough. As long as I can actually kill it at this point, and one Barghest by itself shouldn't be much of a challenge. It's just that it was surrounded by all those other folks. That's what gave me so much trouble. And it looks like we're done. What are you talking about? It's right there in the room with you. You may have a guess where this is leading. Yeah, technically, I guess the quest is over, but they give us a chance to control ourselves for just a bit, so we can take a look at the new folk grab bag. Remember when I mentioned to Rover that there was a Christmas-themed folk and its slash element? Well, here it is, and you'll get to see it in action in the next couple of videos. It's going to take a lot of golden ore to build up, and Randall needs to defeat a folk that I haven't seen yet. So that's another karma that's going to have to wait until the next chapter. But for now, let's go get the story part of this quest finished up. And with that, we're finally done, and both Keats and Ellen now have the use of grab bag. But we're going to have to do some grinding to make it more useful, and I'll see you for that next time.